Coming up as stories on this episode, dirty great big bushes and how to remove them. No, not these ones, this isn't ground force. These ones. There'll be a spot of Bob Rossing it. And I'll have a bit of a meltdown trying to put the new bushes back in. And that's doing it again. I don't believe this. No! Worth subscribing for, ain't it? Greetings friends and welcome back to Crusty Diaries, the series, episode 6 today, and we have got, yes, quite literally lots to get through. This has been an effort to get this video filmed, I'm not going to lie. I don't like that phrase, but everyone uses it nowadays. It started filming in May and it's now July. So, yes, many things, stuff and whatnot has kind of got in the way of allowing this video to be done, but yeah, it's taken a lot longer than I would have thought, so apologies for that, but the quite literal 2 of you that have been asking for this video can now stop bugging me about it because it's here. And as much as I would like to start with extreme swearing and whatnot have you, we have to go back to the end of May 1st and pick up where we left off in the last episode of Crusty Diaries, which was what to do with the lower wishbone and hub assembly on the rear of Scarlet and how to get it separated. We start with me auditioning for the part of David Dickinson in Bargain Hunt the movie. Yeah, I got sunburnt the day before I filmed this bit. Enjoy! Step 1, lots and lots and lots of heat, just like my face. Once it's reached a point where it's sizzling away like a Barbie, we just leave it to sit for a wee bit to cool down. The next step, naturally, plenty of lube. We'll let that sit and simmer away for another 10-15 minutes or so, then we'll get it into my vise, and my vise is very ingenious. And here is my vise. Yes, it may look like a wheelchair access ramp, but don't let that fool you. This is proper garden mechanicking. I've basically got the hub wedged in under there. I'm going to put all my force on that and hopefully that'll free off this very bolt. Wish me luck. Right, let's see what happens if I put this in and then just put it's moving. That needs all my 20 something or other stone on it. I knew eating a lot of food would come in handy someday. Yes, this is going to bend out the metal bit at the back, but I mean, I can hammer that back into place, that's no big deal. What is a big deal is losing a couple of £100 to 2 extremely welded and stuck in place bolts. Let's not let that happen. Wow. Has that done it? Has that freed it? I don't think it has, you know. It's trying its very best not to. You are coming out of here whether you like it or not. No. And that is how you get that separated. By totally destroying part of your hub that you'll have to bend back into place. But it means, for us, that saves us 400 quid. Right there. That one little heftily corroded bolt. Ow, it's a beast, that's hot. That right there. Look at all that corrosion in there. So with that all done, I've got to say a massive thank you to Wayne's Work Vlog over in that there America for giving me the tip to try that, because to be honest, if he hadn't of, I would probably have gave up and just said, nah, sod it, we'll just buy brand new everything. But to be honest, the fact that it costs so much money, yeah, that just wasn't going to happen. But anyway, that's all sorted. Next job, well, we need to get rid of these bushings before I can do any painting. And in order to do that, what we need is big old C-clamp, one of these doodad thingy-majiggeries here, a wee lovely spacer, the cup, and we're going to need some sockets to press these out. Now there is 8, 9, 10, 14 of these to get out on Scarlet. I will not make you watch me do all of them, we'll just do this one because they're all the same. So how do we line this up? Well, get that in there, this over here, that in there, and then we fiddle this in somehow in this way like that, and then push it all together. There is other ways of doing this. I decided to buy the tool for the job, but I believe I am a bit of a tool for doing that, because to be honest, I don't really think you need this. I think a bit of threading would probably do the job, and to be honest, I think it's probably the way I'm going to do it for the return section. So yeah, anyway, let's do this. So this goes in. Not really got a lot of room to work with here. That in there. Slide that in. Bring this up to line it all up. Nah, that's not going to work. Need to do what I done the last time. So I just want to get this started first off, and then I can put the big bit in. So put that in there like that. Marry this all up. Every time I start filming, it all goes tits up. Nah, it's not having it. Hey, that's not how you do that. Why are you doing that? Just buy the what do you call it? Just buy a bit of threaded bar, because this is a pain in the arse. That's basically how not to do it. Oh Jesus, for whatever reason it's just not having it on this Wishbone, weirdly. Now one more go. And there you have it, one bush, after everything being separated into many parts. Jesus. Being completely honest with you, this has taken about 18 takes and about an hour longer than I would have liked, because behind the camera right now there is all sorts of parts that have already had the bushings removed, but this one wasn't coming easy. And with that all done, I'll now go and get the other 13 removed, as if I haven't already started that, and then we'll be right back with reinstalling the bushings, and I think for that will be probably a change of clothes later. Because as some people say here in Scotland, there really is nothing like hanging out a good washing on a good drying day. Or if you want to get really Scottish, you can't beat hanging out your washing on a really good washing day. Ken that? Who the hell's Ken, by the way? Cue the montage.
Get down!
So it's been about 86 years since you left me there doing all that montage business, and we're now in at the desk, and we are going to be doing all this lovely business. But first, look at that! Look at this, it's so clean. And I've got to be honest, right, I used Hammerite for the top coat on all the components. I think it's actually better than the Genolite was, or would have been, for a finish on it, because that actually looks brand new on there. It feels like a finished part. I mean, all right, just ignore all the little pitting bits from all the old rust bits that have all been hammered off and whatnot, but yeah, it really does look good. So obviously I made an absolute hash, and I do mean a hash, of doing the removal of the old bushes with the kit, which, to be honest, it's actually a ball joint separator. It's not really meant for putting these in and out, but it can be done. But I made an absolute mess of it because I used the black puck in the wrong place. The reason I did that was because I couldn't get the actual main bit to screw in and hold in place onto the top of one of the bushings. It kept slipping, so I put that in order to force the issue, and then yeah, that's where it all went wrong. But anyway, To be honest, I would probably use this method if I was ever doing this again, and I really don't want to ever have to do it again. So, what do we need to put the bushes back in? Well, obviously, we need the bushes, which are all courtesy of... Hang on. IL Motorsport. Not sponsored. And we are going to need a 17-inch spanner, a 200mm piece of threaded bar, complete with a couple of nuts and washers, and the old hub nut, which I've got here. You know, I think that's not a bad idea. And another nut, another washer, and the bushing, and most importantly, the thing we really need, some fairy liquid for a spot of lubrication. This one is designed and recommended, sorry, not designed, but recommended by Mrs. Hinch, whoever she is. And we're going to need the torque driver as well. So, let's get this started. I'm only going to show you the one doing it because they are literally all the same. So, we get that in there, and then a little bit of this goes over here. And then put that all over that. Cover it up so that it becomes nice and slidey. Either there will be people that go, oh, I think what you'll actually really be needing there is you shouldn't really be using that because what will happen is it'll go all soapy and corrosive. And listen, have you seen my car? I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It'll do what I want it to do here, I hope, and then we can clean it off. That's the main idea. So, yeah, you are supposed to potentially use like a tube on this side, but I don't think you need it. So we're just going to give this a try and see what happens. So, bushing on, that's going in there. That in there, get that out of the way. We put this on here, and then get the nut on. And then we can line everything up. So, in there, screw this all down. That can go to there. Put that in there. Line everything up so that it's all in line. So now that that's there, all we need to do is get this on, because this is what's going to turn it. Put on the impact, make sure everything is in a line, and then slowly, slowly work it in. That needs a wee bit more lubricant on that. I think you need to be a bit more generous than I was being there. So that on there. Okay. Just going to check this is actually going in. Let's try this again. Okay, that's not doing the business. I mean, it's nearly there, but it's not quite there. Oh, God. I don't like doing this. Oh. Oh. That shouldn't have happened. as is tradition. It's all gone a bit wrong. So, that was going terrible. Basically what I've done is I've bent up the first piece of rod. So yes, let's try this again. It turns out that basically I was overhorsing it. So, and it's a shame because we're over there. So yeah, let's see what happens. I'll give this one more try, and then if this doesn't work, I'm going to give up and just send the parts to someone else to do. No, of course not, I'm kidding. What happened was these two came apart and it started spinning. So when it started spinning, it just absolutely horsed it. So yes, try and not let that happen again. Here we go. Is it working? Is it not working? I don't actually know. I can't tell. Nah, that's doing it again. I don't believe this. No! I think that's in now. Right. That has taken a lot longer than it should have done. And I have made a bit of a hash of this, unsurprisingly. But just double check now. Yeah, that's it in. There you go. I don't know if that'll focus. There you go. And then on that side, obviously. What I've had to do in the end is scrap the idea of using the bar and go back to using the old ball joint thingy-majig, which done the job in 2 minutes in the end. And what I'll do now is I'll do the next one and show you that, and hopefully this won't take long. Same as the last time. It is basically a case of get this, put this in one side, put that in there, put this in here, to prevent it from, you know, falling apart. Force that in there like nobody's business. Get some lube in here first, because I think that was part of the problem, was I didn't lube this up enough. So let's make sure that there's plenty in here this time. And then put plenty on this. Bit of brute force and ignorance. Can I keep it going is the question. I wouldn't be surprised if this just all came apart again. Right, rather than bothering with that, let's just go straight at it. Oh, look at that! Here we go, here we go. Right, we're not there yet, hang on. So that is nearly through. Just need to do the last bit. Nothing's ever straightforward in this. What's happened is it's gone through, but it's not fully come out the other side, so it's looking a wee bit, yeah, not exactly. Oh, come on, fucking hell. Oh, I'll use this camera instead. Is that still working? It's not exactly come right through. It's not flush like that one is. It's really struggling to pull it through, so I'll give it one more go. I'm going to pull this right back so that I can get some proper leverage on it. That in there, that in there. I hope that this will steady the ship. I think that's done it. So that's pushed that in that way. See it in there? That's pushed it right the way through too far. Now we need to get it back in. which is straightforward. No? How did I do this? Yeah, there, that'll do. A bit of my own strength. And with that, that's now done one, which has taken a lot longer and made a bit of a mess of the paint job, to be honest. I know that this could all be done a lot quicker by people that know what they're doing, but the whole prospect of me doing this is I do it wrong so that if anyone watches this, they know how not to do it. And with that, I'll get the rest of these done, and then we'll get back down to Scarlet and wrap this shit up, because this has been a behemoth to get filmed. So yeah, how many have I got left to do? 12? And with that, it's all done. Now, I know that I haven't done everything as it should be done, especially when it comes to taking the bushings out and putting them back in. But at the end of the day, they are now done. They're all on. So, you know, whatever way you get there, as long as you get there in the end, I know there will be people that will go, oh, no way, Elliot, you didn't want to do it like that, you want to do it like this. You know, I know that there will be people that will say that, but whatever, it's done now. And with that, we can move on. Oh, before we do, just need to mention, I know that on the rear of Scarlet, I haven't completely stripped back, wire wheeled and painted in the arches. There's no point in doing that. Why? Because she's going to be going in to get all that sorted, so I didn't see any point in wasting my time doing all that. It was bad enough, trust me, it took days to get all that painted up for what I did actually do. So if you were doing the whole thing on your own, then more power to you, because geez, the amount of time that took was unbelievable. But yeah, with that, we are all but done for today. Coming up on the next episode is going to be, well, the thing that I really have not been looking forward to doing, and I have been putting off and putting off and putting off to the point now where I can't put it off any longer. Yes, it's time to do the brakes, or more specifically, the brake lines, the hard lines, and the flexi lines, and the calipers. I really don't want to do this. I have been dreading it, and it's not going to be fun, but to be honest, it's the last major job, and I do kind of want to just get on with it, get it done, and hope for the best. Wait for the traffic. So yes, that will be on the next episode, which will be hard lines, flexes, and then we'll put on the calipers all on the rear. I'll probably do the front ones on a separate video, and the bleeding process, which is going to be not fun at all. I'm not looking forward to any of that, but yeah, that's a problem for another day. On that note, we'll call it quits. As always, if you have been, thank you very much for watching. I do honestly, truly appreciate it, especially if you can sit through half an hour of this shit. But on that note, take care, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.